So excited. We have someone like a pretty like famous North Shore business here, which is super exciting. Candace, who owns LyvRealty. I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
I'm so excited. So for the people that don't know, like give us like the skinny on you. How long have you been doing real estate?
I mean, do you want the short version?
Whatever
or the
you
long
want. Hey,
version?
this is like your platform right now.
I guess I've been in the business since I was 14. I started
Really?
young. My aunt brought me into her office to answer phones, and from there I got the best education. And I was so
Hands-on.
fortunate that, and that was before computers were really software was any good, and we had binders where you would open up the booklets to see the listings. Like, I sound really old, don't I?
With like the plastic
29 years. Yeah. I was like, let's dust this off. You like take it down off the shelf kind of thing. And that was really common then. And then we went into like, DOS systems. And then obviously the software got better from there. But yeah, I feel like a little bit of a dinosaur because I was around during that. But I was fortunate enough to be able to learn all the back end portions of running a real estate brokerage. So I really had a head start. As soon as I was 17, I took the class, and the day I turned 18, I went ahead and got my license, and then it took off from there.
Did you become a broker right away?
I did, within a few years.
That's
you have to wait a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're really established in like the North Shore area, but you're a little bit everywhere though.
Yeah, 25% of our business is in New Hampshire, pretty much. People moving north, they want to live north. That's actually the name of our brokerage in New Hampshire, is Live
really
North. Cool. We recently just were licensed in Maine as well.
Maine's getting super popular right now.
Maine's beautiful. I
love it.
My heart is with Sebago Lake. So
it's beautiful.
Maybe someday that's something to venture into. But yeah, for right now, we're like Mass, New Hampshire exclusively. And we've got 55 agents.
I was just going to say, how many agents are you working with?
55 agents that are all over.
That must be a lot to manage. How do you manage the day-to-day for people that may be interested in being a broker that, how do you manage something like that vast majority of people? It's a lot of people.
Call it organized chaos, right?
Yeah.
At any given time, you got to stop what you're doing and help someone who needs you, right? So answer questions, put out a fire. So it's a very different lifestyle. I'll tell you that. You always kind of have to be on call. But I would tell you that I've got amazing help. I'm very thankful for the team I have behind me. And you're only as good as the help you have. My husband is amazing and has been instrumental. He
does video too, right?
Does pictures? He does everything.
I saw your Instagram the other day, and it was
everything.
Like, when I break my husband out.
Yeah, I brought him out of retirement. Yeah, because I needed him. A photographer canceled on me the day before. And what do? You got to pivot. So that night, busted out all the camera equipment. Everything's charging on the counter,
so
and he up to it. And it's honestly, I really enjoy working with him. And it's nice when we get to spend that time together because we're always kind of handling different things. He runs our property management division.
I was gonna say, did you guys work together?
We do, but we don't in a way.
That's better.
So we're not like right next to each other most days. A lot of our internal meetings happen when we tuck ourselves into bed.
Yeah.
But we try to keep it separate sometimes too. But it's been really magical, and I think the backbone of my success is the team I have with me and my husband and my family too. My family's
what was
super
it like
supportive.
growing such a large business? Because I feel like people see you now and all these new people that want to be real estate agents are like, oh my God, I'm going to become an agent. I'm going to get licensed. I'm going to be a broker and I'm going to be her. But they don't see like the day-to-day hard stuff that you had to go through. What were some challenges that you faced and then overcame? Like, how did you overcome those challenges?
I think having the nerve to go out on my own.
Yeah. Takes a lot of guts.
It takes a lot of guts. And it was just the timing for us. We were ready. I had left my brokerage being the top agent in Massachusetts for sure, but I think regionally.
Who were you with before?
I was with Century 21. And I had also been with some independents in Boston. I've done a lot of commercial real estate too. So I got a really, really great foundation. And then as far as, tackling those challenges, you you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like
gotta
that's
throw
every day in
yourself
real
in.
estate. You just have to do it, deal with it, solve the problem. And, you know, I don't know. I'm a never satisfied kind of girl. And
I can relate.
I feel like you can. And I always want to do better, be better, help more people. So now it's a labor of love. Now it's completely, so I have so many amazing mentors that have helped me that now I just want to help all my agents. And it's just like, what's the point of knowing all this and having all this background and having, if you can't give back and help other people?
So how are you planning on doing that now? Are you just like coaching all of these people, or are you?
Pretty much. I'm on call for them 24/7 when they need me.
You should have like a platform,
I
like
agree.
a training program.
I do have somewhat of one, but I have to tell you, in real estate, you really have to like just get in there.
Yeah, you should have to do it.
You just have to get in there and start bobbing and weaving and figuring it out. And experience really matters. So you got to go through. You got to go through it. You got to feel a little pain sometimes.
Don't understand. You know, myself, Nick, also come from sales. So
Right.
I think that people that don't understand, like sales is something I think that you're like, in some ways you're born with it.
Yeah.
You're either really good with it, or it's maybe something that's it takes longer for you to learn, but you're always hungry. You need to always be hungry to either learn more, get more, meet the people. And I think that's kind of lost now. I don't see as many of these like hungry people coming. I don't know how it is in real estate, but I know
It's
in my end of things, it's
different.
definitely different.
I feel like maybe some of the younger generation, maybe not as hungry. It depends. It's situational, right? So it depends on how you grew up, how you were raised, what you value most, what you settle for. I think everyone's settling. And so I think that's the difference. It's wild to me too. And at some point, you know, thank God my husband rails me in on so many lofty ideas that I have. But I think it's just the effort to do it all. It's like the hours put in, the time put in, the blood, sweat, and tears. Like there's other ways for people to just kind of be neutral. And I don't understand being in neutral all the time. And for me, it's what can I do better? What can I be better? Who can I meet that can make me better? How do I learn more? And I just don't understand the alternative.
I think that a lot of people, they get complacent because naturally our brains go with like the least path of resistance, right?
Yeah.
I think for people like us that are just like everything we look at turns into a business in our head. We're like, oh, that's a really cool thing. Maybe I should open that up.
We're in trouble together, but yes, right.
Nick makes fun of me all the time. He's like, Alexis, just because you like something doesn't mean you have to open a business for it. And I was like, but why?
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
But why not try it?
Like, let's just throw stuff at it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Kind of like how this whole studio happened. It wasn't like I never thought I would own a podcast studio.
Right.
Like that was never on my radar ever.
Yeah.
And I think when you meet people and they tell you like what you can do and how you can do it, you just pivot and you kind of go from there. I'm like, okay, great. This works out. Like I want to help people, you know,
and then you meet certain people that can help get you to that, you know, that objective. And you
just make it happen.
Why not?
So what's your goal?
Why not throw a bunch of things at the wall and see what sticks and learn from it? You know, I don't believe in failure. It's just pivoting. And figuring
you have to learn. I think
out.
you have to fail though.
Yeah.
I failed a lot, many times.
But like, it's not really failure. It's
a lesson.
All right, I learned. You know, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. I could have done it better, a different way.
I think that people look at failure and they take it really personal.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, I can't. I just had this conversation with someone the other day and they were like, I'm so afraid to start something because what if my partner or my family knows I failed?
Big deal.
But who cares?
Big deal. You fail at any given day, you're going to fail at something, you know, like tying your shoes the right way.
Exactly.
Like, you and I think a lot differently than most. And I think that's led to our success. So
absolutely.
I don't know. I guess if there's anybody here that's listening to this that we can help, it's push through it, do the work, put the work in. I want more for my son. Mm-hmm. I want more for my family. I want to be able to provide for my family someday.
How many children do you have?
I only have one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm so lucky too. But I want to be able to like take care of my parents someday. Like, you know, I want to be like know that I can do those things. And so, you know, the plan is to keep working as long as we can to just be better and be better for him. I really want to be a good example for my son.
How old is he?
It's imperative. He's 4.
Oh my gosh, so the kid's the same age.
Oh, he's already making deals, shaking hands.
I love it.
He'll
He needs to meet
yours.
Olivia.
He'll meet Olivia, and he will start
Olivia
negotiating
needs, like,
with
a
her right away over a snack, whatever it is.
Olivia is very independent, has her own thing. My kid, we live on a farm, so like they're like chicken kids.
Oh yeah.
So
We've had chickens too. Colton gets it. He would love to see them again because we don't have them anymore.
Drop him off. he can play with all mine. It's fine. But she tries so hard to make friends, and where she's always around, like she sees, her dad owns a business, her mom owns a business, her grandmother owns a big business. Like she sees it all. She doesn't really relate to other
Maybe
kids.
it needs to we arranged marriage because
I'm like, I need to find someone that like you can be.
Colton's talking logos.
Olivia's like we have obviously we sell eggs, right? So Olivia's like, Mom, I have to put the stickers on, but they have to be perfect in the middle. And I'm like, why? She goes, it matters.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know it does. And then she
girl after my own heart.
Yeah, well, she's so funny.
She cares.
And obviously she hears me say the word aesthetics all the time, and she goes, Mom, it's aesthetics.
Oh.
And I go,
I love her
Rob
already.
looks at me and he's like, Are you serious? And I'm like, I didn't teach her that. Like she just picks it up. But I love that because she just has these ideas that I would never think a 4-year-old. I mean, she turns 4 in June. Like I would never think a 4-year-old would be like, hey, let's do this thing.
Someone said to me, my son was singing like in front of a large crowd. He loves to sing, and not so much anymore, but he was singing, and someone said to me, how lucky your son is to have the confidence that you gave them. And I never thought about that. Yeah. But we're just giving them confidence to be whatever they want to be and to do whatever they want to do.
Absolutely.
So it was kind of a cool, eye-opening type of thing.
I read an article not too long ago that was like the kids that are the loudest and that are the most obnoxious and out there are the kids that feel the most safe.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess my kid feels really safe.
Real safe.
Like she's outside. She wants to do lemonade stands.
Oh, I love that.
She's like waiting for the nice weather. Oh. She's like, Mom,
does she have one yet?
So
I have one. Just saying.
She wants like dad to build her.
Oh, yeah.
She wants like an awning.
Oh,
like yeah, I don't know. Liv's lemonade.
Yeah,
like it's already been a thing.
I love it. Listen, live.
I know.
I love it.
So she loves this whole concept. So now I got like lemon stickers and she put them on all the cups.
Perfect.
And she wants to have. So she's waiting for a nice day, and she's like, Mom, maybe I'll get friends if they come to my lemonade stand.
Maybe we will have her set up lemonade stands at our open houses.
That would be, oh my God.
Tell her this could expand into something big.
But see, this is what we do. You and I are like, maybe we'll
another
put her business inside. Liv's Lemonade is part of Liv's Realty, guys.
I mean,
why
it's
not?
just natural.
What's your son's name?
Colton.
Okay, Colton Olivia. So cute.
Yep.
I think we married her off, Nick. I think we found one.
She have a dowry.
Sounds like it.
Liv loves Nick. Nick wants to be like a big film producer, right? Like he does films, but he wants to like win an Oscar.
Wants to be?
No.
Is.
I'm saying
Wants
is.
to be?
I'm just saying you
I'm
want to
not
win an
gonna
Oscar.
Mark
We
Wahlberg
haven't.
next year. What are you talking about? Wants
Okay, time out.
Settle down.
We haven't won an Oscar yet.
Listen, yeah, I don't want to win an Oscar. I hate Hollywood.
Okay, but you know what I mean.
They're all a bunch of.
So Olivia,
touchers.
my daughter, doesn't understand what he does. Clearly, I don't either. Like
Yep.
what he does. So she finds his business card and she goes, "Who is this?" And I go, "Oh, it's Uncle Nicky's card." She goes, "No, it's not." And I said, "What is it?" She goes, "It's an award-winning ticket, Mom." And I go, "To what?" She goes, "The best movie ever."
That
And I was like,
is
"What?"
pretty
It was
cool.
so weird. I
That
called
is
Nick. I was
pretty
like,
cool.
she just said that your business card was like
that
a movie
card,
ticket.
That card you should take and frame for him.
It's his business card. She
No, but
has
I
it
know,
in her
but
room.
that
10,000 of
specific
them.
one.
Yeah.
No.
How many do you want? I
That
got 'em all.
specific one.
It's
and
in her room.
It's like that check that Jim Carrey signed to himself. Remember, he signed that $10,000 check to himself, and he said, "Someday, 10 million. Excuse me, not 10,000. 10 million."
Yeah.
And he said, "Someday I'm gonna make this." He manifested it. So you put that thing in a frame, and maybe that Mark Wahlberg setup is gonna be where it's at. Maybe it's gonna be your $10 million
business
check.
cards.
Yeah.
She
Nick?
has all these business cards. She has one. It's like in her room on her like little where her window is. She sticks them in the side.
You need the Rolodex.
I go. That's
the
what I told her. I
business
go,
card
"Look,
Rolodex.
Can we bring Rolodexes back? I'm sorry. They were so cool. I used to play with my dads all the time.
on the desk.
Honestly, it's so
I
much
love a
faster.
Rolodex.
I know. I like them too.
I had so many of them at one point. I was like, there has to be an app for that. So then I downloaded the app and I hated it. I was like, I'd rather just look at all these cards. And I still have cards from maybe 10 years ago from people in like a box. And every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I'm looking for that person. And sometimes the person still does that. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
I'm a digital card kind of gal. I like
Your
the
digital card didn't work for me. I was very sad.
Well, see,
I need
maybe
to-
I shouldn't be. Maybe we need
No,
to get
but
back
I wanted
to the
I wanted
Rolodex.
to ask you what app
It's
that
all.
was.
It's
Because I
called.
wanted to use it.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a ton of them out. This one's at Popple, so I guess don't use Popple.
No, I was like, I tried to open it. I'm like, why
Yeah, I
can't
don't know
open
why it
this?
wasn't working. I don't know.
It could have been my phone, to be honest with you.
I troubleshot it after that, and it worked fine. But
Oh.
it could
I
be the
honestly
phone.
only
It
looked
could
at that
be
one
the
time.
software on the phone. Who knows?
Yeah.
But what it does is it sends over the contact info. You can quickly add it to your contacts. It also provides all my social media channels, my website.
Oh, I love that.
Any videos I want to include, and it also includes a way to book me for a seller consult or a buyer consult or
love
an agent affiliation consult if you want to come affiliate with us at LyvRealty.
How many, like, what's more popular for you? Are you more sellers or buyers? Are you like dealing with?
Sellers primarily, yeah. But there's I'm all referral. I don't
Yeah.
take per se new business. I take referral business. I keep my referral business. All the new business really trickles down to the agents, which is great. But yeah, most of them are sellers,
Yeah.
and I think we do a bang up job with sellers because nobody's marketing like we're marketing. You saw our marketing.
Yeah, your stuff is really
You saw our
pretty.
videos, and that person that bought the most
That
recent
house
video,
is
she
really
bought that
beautiful.
spectacular house, and she said she bought it because she went home. She loved the house. She went home, watched my videos, and had to have it.
It's a really pretty. Where
That's
was
cool
that house?
because those videos were quite. an
Where was that
investment.
house?
West Newbury,
It's beautiful.
right near Newburyport, right on the Merrimack River.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
love it.
that
I'm
was
only
a
20 minutes from here.
passion project for sure. It's awesome.
Did you build that house or did you?
No, I helped design it. My
love it.
friend Joe Rosenfield with JDR Installs has been a fantastic partner in business and
Mm-hmm.
friendship, and he built an amazing house.
It's beautiful.
We got a home inspection on it. There was I've never had a home inspection where there was nothing to do. That's a big deal. I mean, there's always something, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing.
They probably were like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, there was like maybe like one thing that he already had on order. That was it.
Yeah.
Like he was already on it.
I think that
it was
video,
awesome.
That video too made it relatable to live there. Like it wasn't like you talking about the house and doing a walkthrough.
Right.
It was just you being you and just
Yep.
like living your best life, walking around and like dancing. And people were like, people can be like, oh, I could do that there. Like that's such a pretty house.
I wanted to do that there. We love the
Yeah.
house. Joe and I love that house so much. We seriously contemplated buying it for ourselves individually, together, whatever. We were just so in love with it. So that's coming up, that closing, and I am
awesome.
literally pouting over it. I'm not
Like,
good
so
with closing. I don't like things closing. I like them to be upcoming on my board. I don't celebrate closings.
Okay.
And I'm certainly not celebrating that one, even though I told the family they have to adopt me because I'm going to just keep showing up. I need to see how they decorate it, what they're going to do
like
with it.
that's the other thing. You build this beautiful house, right? And then like you're wondering how they're going to
Oh, I'm
decorate it.
so curious.
Because it could be such a missed opportunity.
So curious. Yeah. And then we do some of that too. We do all our
Just to say, you do staging
We
and
do all our
everything.
staging, and
Can they buy the house with your stuff that's staged in it?
They can. They already had stuff though, so
Oh, okay.
it wouldn't really make sense. But in my staging, I can reuse and
Yeah.
repurpose. But yeah,
That's a lot of space. So do you have like a warehouse of just furniture?
we have multiple locations of furniture. My husband would agree. Yeah, we recently just expanded on that too. So, but we provide that to only our clients right now. So if you sign with us, you do get staging complimentary. And staging
nice.
can range if you go
Yeah, I
to
was
a
gonna
staging
say,
company.
they're
it can
very
range from
expensive.
$3,000 to 15 plus, depending
Yeah.
on the high end home, the price point of the home, and how big it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
They had a state. My mom has tried. If you look at my mom's address, she's like every realtor's nightmare because she's listed and like on and off so many times. But 8 of those times, because it's been more than 8 times, has been because she hated the person who tried to sell her house.
Yeah.
They were just like,
I like a challenge.
she just couldn't stand them.
Yeah,
Because at one point I remember like when Redfin was doing that was her mistake for sure.
Yeah.
Was going with that.
Discount brokerage,
So
discount
she was like,
services.
okay, like I'll use them. Like a friend had used them.
Yep.
She's like, all right, we'll try it.
Yep.
These people come to my house And my mom at the time had like these really pretty, like, swirly, pretty carpets that like went up the stairs because my grandparents lived there, so it was easier for them to walk on those. Yeah. And they came in the house on a muddy, rainy day, and all of them wore their sneakers through the house and stained all my mother's carpets. And she was like, "That's it, I'm firing you right now."
Yeah.
She goes, "Why wouldn't you tell people to take their shoes off?"
Thousands of dollars in
clean
carpet.
Yeah, and she got to get it replaced. But she was like, yeah, she was like,
we do booties, you know, we manage expectations, but we do booties, and like this rug, this is a light rug. You can't be walking around having, especially if it rains out. It's a nightmare.
I think that people.
So I think they deserve to be fired. I think the care level needs to be up leveled. And our agents, I have to say, at LyvRealty, they work with the highest level of care, and they do pay attention to that. And they have been trained to think about those things and accommodate a seller and accommodate how they want their house to be shown. And if they want even an open house, if they want private showings, if they even want a lockbox, well, how do you want us to accommodate you? And what will make you comfortable? That's what we're doing.
I don't think that many people know that those are options. I think that people assume when they have an agent, like, oh, you're going to have a lockbox on your door. We're going to do showings on these days, figure it out. And the hard part, I think, well, in my family in particular, is just a lot of people live there, right? Yeah. So, like.
That doesn't work.
No.
That would not work.
No.
It needs to be a group thing, and you need to be able to get everybody out. Dogs, cats, anything, kids, everybody out of the house. So it's case by case. You explain the situation. You explain the pros and cons. It's about educating the client. And they can make the decision from there if they want to inconvenience their life. But no, we try not to do any of that. That's terrible. That's a terrible experience for sellers to have to deal with running out of the house every time an appointment's requested.
That's great. I bought my house from off a private sale.
Yeah.
Which was not bad, but like I wouldn't, like I had I call her Auntie Sells. Like she's a realtor who's a friend of mine. Like I've known her forever. Like I love her. She helped guide me through the process because I would have no idea what to do.
Of course.
But it is so different doing it that way than doing it like the normal route.
There's a need for us. And not only that, when buying is maybe a little different, but when selling, the details matter, and the details will fetch you potentially. I think on that West Newbury house, we probably got hundreds of thousands of dollars more.
Oh yeah,
because of the way we displayed it.
My friend's selling in West Newbury. Maybe I'll tell her to talk.
Yeah,
her house isn't selling, and I don't get it because it's beautiful. Her house is, and it like her style you would love. Like she's very. I'll give you her number. She's just like
wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful house too. I'm like, oh, why isn't this house sold yet? And she's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like.
It's about exposure. It's about momentum. There's a lot of I literally have a formula for when I go on to when I funnel and get my offers. So like everything is down to a science after 29 years of doing this.
I was going to say how many years.
And all of my agents practice that's everything I had to learn the hard way in 29 years. They're all duplicating and replicating beautifully in their own way. And so, 29 years.
That's a long time. You don't even look old enough to do that.
Dinosaur. We'll do the math. Start 14.
I know, but like.
Yeah. Thank you. You're kind. You're sweet.
How do you feel about the market right now? Like, are you feeling like it's...
I'm excited.
Okay.
I think it's great. Okay.
What do you think? I want to know all your thoughts.
I think it depends on who you're talking to.
It does, but I'm liking where you're going with this.
From a business-minded perspective, I see growth. We are growing year over year every time. I see people realizing that after 5 years of sitting on their 2 or 3% mortgage rates, that they need to move if they need to move, regardless. Yeah. And so the rate is becoming a lesser issue, in my opinion.
Okay.
And people are always going to need to buy or sell for various reasons.
Absolutely.
Death, babies, children, downsizing, upsizing, whatever it is, jobs, and because of that, we're here for it, and we're always going to be here for it because you could never replace what we do and the craziness that goes on during a transaction with a robot. There's nothing that's robotic about it.
No, I think that the process is if you're not on top of it or have someone that is on top of it, because like I did mine.
It takes a village. You need help.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was calling my aunt every 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, so this has to go here. And she's like, this wouldn't happen if everyone just had an agent here.
But can you imagine if someone, and can you imagine if someone just tried to automate the process?
No.
every transaction is different. It would be impossible. So when people ask, do you see the industry changing? Yeah, tech is always changing.
Yeah.
Forms are always changing. Maybe some regulations are changing. But at the end of the day, it's the basics. It's caring, helping, and bobbing and weaving, and being experienced, knowing what you need to do in that moment.
What's your advice like for a new agent? Like, what do you think that they should be doing?
What should they be doing to be up and running?
In general. If someone was like, hey, I want to be an agent.
Yeah.
What's your advice?
Stop watching YouTube and think you're going to be, selling Sunset and all of that.
That's what they think though.
I know. And it's disturbing. That's not real. That's not here. That's not
Definitely
reality.
not in the North
Definitely
Shore.
not in Massachusetts
no.
or New England by any means. But I do think, at some level, showing yourself as a professional dressed person, always, faith it till you make it is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So dress the part, look the part, act the part, put in the work. Mm-hmm. Put in the work. That's the only thing that's going to get you the return.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen. A lot of agents got lucky post pandemic or during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they did an incredible amount of sales, and now they're seeing their sales, dip. And well, it's more than just getting lucky.
And I think that a lot of them are like, well, it's the rate. It's an excuse. And it's like, well, no. I mean, maybe that's a factor. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like you said, people have to move. Like, I didn't care about the rate on my house, truthfully. I was like, I'm going to get it. And if the rate goes down, I'll refinance it. Like,
what are you going to do? No matter, you needed a house for your family.
Yeah. Like, I needed somewhere to go. Mm-hmm. Like, what am I? I'm going to live in a basement forever?
This is the timing.
Like,
right.
Hey, let's go buy a house. Let's do it. And it just happened to be like within the 45 minutes of where I wanted to be. So it was perfect.
Yeah.
But people, I think that they make these excuses because they just don't want to try. And they're like, oh, well, this is this, and I'm not going to be able to do it. But if you just put some more effort in, I'm pretty sure you could find someone that needs a house and needs to move like today.
That's something I never do. There's never an excuse for anything.
No.
Never. So
you have to get it done. Like, what are we doing this? Like, trying to figure it out. You have to just get it done.
Just figure it out. Try a bunch of things. See what works for you. Make a lot of friends.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about being in real estate too, is you make a lot of really cool connections too, I'm sure.
I've been so blessed. I mean, look how I met you, and
we have so many mutual friends, which is so crazy.
Yep.
I love what you did, by the way, before I forget, the Easter egg hunt thing that you did.
Oh, that was so
That
cute.
was so cute. I saw that after. I wish I knew about it beforehand. But that looked like the kids had so much fun.
It was great. Honestly, it was great. I love the, I don't know, how do I describe that? The
community outreach.
Yeah, the community outreach. We do a lot with that. I don't know, just giving back. Mm-hmm. There's more to life than just us. What the hell's the point of being here? Mm-hmm. If we're not going to help make it better, I don't see the point. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I thought it was a great idea. The only lesson learned on that is do it indoors next time, because we had to have that rain date. So it would have been even bigger. We had to close it on.
Really?
We had to close it off. We had to send out emails saying, we had to pivot on how many people could come. We had a parking issue. It exploded. I was like, how do I know I'm going to have enough baskets for everything? So I have 1 million baskets at this point, just because I would never have a kid come there and not get a basket. So we're locked and loaded for next year. Yeah.
Are you going to do tickets? Maybe that might be a better way to do it. It's like selling tickets for it.
But we try not to make it so complicated on people. Like, just come if you can come, kind of thing. But we're going to have to, because then we can up level what we're buying and putting in the baskets.
Well, then you also can have an idea of how many people are coming. What other events do you guys have planned? Do you have any other community outreach stuff?
We do. We have such exciting stuff coming up. So for our agents, so glad you asked. So for our agents, we have a self-defense class coming up. That's just exclusive to our agents.
That's pretty cool.
That's to keep our agents safe. That's important.
Who's teaching?
We care about that. Master O, out of the Master O Karate Academy at Market Street. He's wonderful.
Really cool.
He's wonderful. We actually did it on the green at Market Street in Linfield a few years back, and it was super successful. But again, with the weather the way it is, we're just looking to keep things simple and keep our agents safe. And so we offer that. That's free of charge. That's being sponsored by New Fed Insurance.
Oh, really?
They're
cool.
wonderful. They've been a wonderful ally in business and in friendship, and they're sponsoring the event. So it's great.
That's awesome.
So that one. And then we have a walk that we're planning around the Wakefield Lake, right by our Wakefield office. We overlook the Wakefield Lake. It's awesome.
You're right next to the gingerbread place, right?
We are.
That must be so hard.
It smells so good.
Like all day.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. They're wonderful over there too. And so we're planning a walk around the lake. Details to be finalized very shortly on that, and that's a fundraiser. And then September 25th at Game Time in Peabody, we just solidified that location. Super fun location. The owners over there are amazing. We love that venue. We are having a $10,000 raffle, but details on that may change too. We might be able to do a larger raffle than that, but it's for a great cause. And a lot of times we work with, we haven't finalized our charity yet on that, but we work with many different charities, Homes for Our Troops, or One Mission, Kids with Cancer. I don't know. I can't think of anything more important than helping those poor children. I'm so thankful for my kids' health.
Yeah.
And in
it's
turn,
sad.
and I can't even imagine going through that. Yeah. And we've had an agent or two who have dealt with that, which has been really sad, and everybody's okay, thank God. But like,
I was just gonna say, I hope everyone's
okay. But it's some scary stuff, and we just need to support.
That's a great cause.
We need to support each other. It's a wonderful,
it actually goes
wonderful
to
cause,
them, which is great.
And it's a cause near and dear to my heart too. When my niece was, I think she was 12. She had the cancer scare, and she still has it, but it's benign, I believe. I can't describe it medically well, but that was the scariest calls. One of the worst calls I've ever gotten in my life was hearing that she had that. So what's the point of all this making money, hustling, helping people if we can't continue to help people? It's not just about the transaction. It's after that. And just like I said, I don't know. I want to go out of this world with leaving something behind.
I agree. I think that a lot of people, they have this hustle and they do all these things and they make all this money. And it's like, if you're not planning to give anything back, like who's going to remember you for what?
What's the point?
Like, I want to be remembered for something like cool. Like, oh, she did this a lot. Or like, we donated to this or something like that. Not just like, oh, she made a bunch of money and then like lived by herself. And you know what I mean?
You know, we see those stories. People make a ton of money and they're donating to MSPCA, Love Pets. Don't get me wrong. We do benefits for them too. But like, you know, they have no person or no cause to, and it's just going to a 501c3, a major corporation that is, hopefully
maybe they're
to,
using it right.
Hopefully going to appropriate the funds correctly.
That's why I like these smaller charities. There's one that I've dealt with a few times called Connor's Kindness, which is a really great charity. It's this kid named Connor who made these kindness boxes, and he would bring, during the pandemic and things like that, he would like bring them to school so these kids would have all these little toys that they could play with. Well, now he's partnered with like local police stations, DCF,
I've heard of this,
and like all of that. And he's like, that's a really cool charity. We just sponsored them to do a whole kindness day at one of the local elementary schools, and all the kids got to build Connor's Kindness boxes, which is super cute. I love like these small town little charities versus these I love animals and I love the MSPCA. I mean, I own a farm. Like, I love it all. But like, I don't know where that money's going.
Right.
Like, is it going to go buy them food? Like, I don't really know.
Right.
So I like to keep it a little bit more local. So I love that you're doing that.
I agree with you on that. I don't know, local and sometimes a cause is just so important and they've already got it up and running. But we vet all of our 501c3s. So we vet all our charities.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited you came here. This is like, I think this is like the perfect like time to end this, because I feel like people need to donate. She's amazing. If you don't or need to buy or sell a house, I would call her. I mean, she's fantastic.
Thank you.
So before we go off, what's all your Instagram, TikToks, all of the things
you want
to
to
follow?
rattle that off? Let me rattle it. All right. My social media handles at LyvRealty Candace, or you can go to at LyvRealty. That's spelled with an Lyv. We shortened it, short and sweet, and we made you remember it. So there's that. My cell phone direct, I just give out my cell. There's no other number, 781-572-5966. You text me, you call me, whatever you need. I'm here to help, free of charge. Like, just I'd rather you ask me than make a dumb move. So absolutely. I'm on 24/7.
I know we're both like
my
hearing
agents
our
were to
phones.
agree. Yeah, my phone went off earlier. I was like trying to secretly
fine.
shut it off. How else? I mean, that's it. You know, whatever we can do to just keep helping as many people as we can for as long as we can.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you coming out. This will come out probably on some Friday at noon, so we'll see you then.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.